Okay. Last February, I had this privilege to work with Maria and Johannes from Deutsche Bank for the on-the-job coaching sessions for the banks in Shen State. And that's how I got to meet the two very pleasant and passionate trainers. The coaching session is different is that the branch managers and the associate branch managers of the banks, they receive the one-on-one coaching sessions from the international trainers who bring in a lot of new perspectives, and they even tag along the branch managers for their on-site meetings with the customers. So I think that's very real time in a way that they do something and then they get the feedback right after that. Personally for me, the greatest learning success would be how we should move from product-centric sales approach to customer-centric sales approach. So actually at one of the coaching sections, Maria actually mentioned that we should not be practicing how to sell. In fact, we should actually be practicing not to sell and to find out more about the customers and build the relationship first. And if we do that part right, the selling will usually follow, sometimes even naturally. There's something that comes into my mind whenever I think about the coaching sessions with Deutsche Bank. As Burmese people, we really love to host guests, be it at work or at home, and we really want to show our friendliness. And it is the case, especially if the guest is a foreigner, because we want to make sure they don't feel, uncomfortable with the culture and environment and all. So there was this one time when the trainers tag along the branch managers for the meeting with a customer who already has a very good relationship with the bank. And when we reached his home, he was actually very excited to see new faces and to have foreigners come visit in his place. Instead of talking to the branch manager, he started talking to the trainers. So the branch manager was sitting there waiting for a good time to jump in and get started with the business talk. But the customer would just go on and on about his everything. So I think the incident was quite interesting, especially to me, because building rapport is an essential part of every business. And when we do that, we have to strategize on the way that we do things based on the culture evolving around rapport building.
I just would like to thank them.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do you have like a message to the trainers or so?
I very appreciate for the trainer who came a long way to Myanmar and sharing their knowledge and experience with us. And I really would like to thank Marcelino and GIZ for their effort for the training and kindness on us. Because of the knowledge from the training, I can suggest and I can speak out my opinion in the asset-liability committee, and I can produce better rapport. The trainers are very knowledgeable and they are expert in their field, and they are very warm-hearted and very social. They could make the training to be a perfect environment and for the teamwork-based training. Because of that, I could make new friends, and I know how to work with others to solve the problems.
Introduction to Trade Finance Handbook for the Bank in Myanmar ဆိုတဲ့လက်ဆွဲစာအုပ်မိတ်ဆက်ခြင်းအခမ်းအနားပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်။ဒီအခမ်းအနားကိုတော့ GIZ နဲ့ MBA တို့ကနေဇန်နဝါရီလ 6 ရက်နေ့မှာရန်ကုန်မြို့ရန်ကင်းမြို့နယ်မှာရှိတဲ့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံဘဏ်များအသင်းဖုန်းရုံးခန်းမမှာကျင်းပပြုလုပ်ခဲ့တာပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်။
This is the handbook Bridget and Patrick prepare for this. And I also participate and give advices to them. The handbook of the trade finance is very good and very detailed. It is very grateful for us. Bridget say she is also the same age of me, so it is very good. We can share the knowledge for the younger people.
As you know, Myanmar education is not very consistent. That's why Myanmar people have very different level of knowledge. It makes, I think, the trainees a little bit more difficult, and the trainer need to work harder. That's why I want to suggest the trainer, they need to notice about the level of the trainings.
Well, if you're planning to come to Myanmar for trainings or even for a visit, I think you should be ready to fall in love with the local culture and friendliness, especially, just like the case that I mentioned before. And if you're visiting somebody's home, make sure that you go with an empty stomach, because like I said, we really love to host the guests, and you will be served with all these different local foods and drinks until you're satisfied, right?
In my mind, I would like to meet again with them, and I would like to take them to the Upper Myanmar areas in Bagan, especially in Bagan and Inle.
မင်္ဂလာပါခင်ဗျာရုံးမကမှာကြိုဆိုပါတယ်ခင်ဗျာမင်္ဂလာပါခင်ဗျာစီမံမှာကြိုဆိုပါတယ်မင်္ဂလာပါခင်ဗျာတရားဝင်ကမှာကြိုဆိုပါတယ်